Okay, so I have this bathroom to do. It's going to be a 3x6 marble subway tile on the walls in the tub area, and 6x24 on 1/3 staggered porcelain tile on the floor over Deidre. So I've protected the tub, and I'll be waterproofing these walls. Now there's a window in this tub area, so I'm going to be waterproofing the transition from the durock to the window frame, and I put a bead of Carrera fix right in that corner, and that's why that is sticking. The fabric is sticking to that. Not as critical on the ceiling, but the sides and the bottom, extremely important to get that waterproofed and sealed tight. Otherwise, you can get some leaking water. And when they install this durock, they went a little bit too far back. I mean, it's just sitting on the lip, so I'm going to waterproof that transition too. And I got a bead of Carrera fix around that too. And then I'm going to be putting, I'm going to be using Hydroflex as a waterproofing membrane, and I'm going to waterproof this whole area. And that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so that's the first coat, all coated with the Hydroflex. And I'm gonna let up there, and it's down here. I did the tub, and let this dry and give it another coat. Okay, that's 2 coats. Let it set and ready for tile. Okay, so this is the tile that I'm going to be installing. It's a Carrera marble 3x6. It's going to go subway on the walls. I'm going to put a marble threshold all around. I'm going to frame that in marble, and it's also going to be a niche over here in this, on this wall here. I'm going to cut that in after I figure out exactly where the tile's going to fall. But all this here is all going to be covered in marble. Okay, so I peeled off the tape, and that's the waterproofed edge all along that, and this edge here will be covered. When I put the marble in there, it'll cover that edge, and all you will see is the window. Same on the tub. Okay, so let it set overnight, and all waterproofed and all sealed up. Okay, so I checked this tub and it's perfectly level, so and I've laid it out so that I know what pieces I'm getting everywhere, and believe it or not, full tile in the tub is exactly what I'm going to start with. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to put a full towel in the tub, and because of the way this is here, I have to bevel the back of the tile a little bit so that it'll sit flat. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so that row's perfect. Now we can start going up a little bit. Just gonna put like maybe three more rows up. So this edge is sagging on this, so I'm just gonna support it. Okay, so I've got a few rows up now, and I'm going to check to see if I'm good and make any adjustments that I need to make. And exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so I got the bottom row in here level. I got the other one. I'm going to go up a few rows. Okay, so I'm going all the way around. And now I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put this niche. Okay, I cut this niche in, and now I'm gonna waterproof it. that. And I'm going to go around here now, and then we'll do this part up here. Okay, so I cut these to size, and I polished this edge here, and this is going to be the bottom shelf here. So I already got some thin stud in here. Put some thin stud on the bottom of this. On here. And I want this to be completely filled. And I want it to be level this way and slightly tilted out this way, so any one that gets in there runs off. So that is that piece there. So it's level that way, and it's slightly tilted to the front like that. So this is going to have two shelves here. It's got this bottom shelf, and it's going to have one about 6 inches, and then the top part's going to be about 12 inches. So I'm going to put 2 rows of tile here, 2 rows of tile here, and then I'm going to put that shelf on. Okay, so I've got the bottom shelf on, the top shelf, and I'm going to do the rest of it. Okay, so all the sides are on. Just going to fill the back, and I'll be done with this niche. So I got all that done now, and I'll move on to this wall here. And you really don't want to touch this too much because it's all fresh, and you don't want to go over too much. So I'm gonna get some thresholds. I'm gonna rip them here I'm gonna make it flush on this side, and I'm gonna make a little bit of an overhang on this side, flush on the top, and so that's how I'm gonna frame that window in marble, like that. So that's it, framed in marble. Now I just gotta bring the marble up the sides, and we'll be all set. Okay, so going all the way around the window, and that's it. When I cut this side here, these tiles here, what I did, I saved the piece that fell off here so that I could put it over here. So that you get, that's what you call a folded corner. You get this piece that falls off here, you put it over here, etc., etc., etc. And these are those pieces here. I got them all numbered over here, and they're gonna go in that corner over there. Okay, so that's what a folded corner looks like. The piece that you cut off here, you save, and you put over here, etc., etc. That way you get the same shading around the corner, and the tile looks like it's being folded around the corner. Okay, so the tub area is all done. Window framed with marble. And the niche, also framed in marble. Polished all these edges. Polished all these edges. All these edges. And all these edges. Now, I'm gonna let that finish setting up. I'm gonna seal it with a sealer for stone and marble. And now That I'm gonna do tomorrow. Okay, so this is the sealer I'm using, and the way you use this is you can put it on with a rag, or you can put it on with a brush or a roller, whatever. I usually just use a rag. You impregnate it, a rag, you wipe it on, let it sit for 5 or 6 minutes, even less, and then you just wipe it off. Simple as that. You don't want to let it completely dry on the stone. You want the stone to absorb as much as possible of this, and that'll seal it and close the pores. But you don't want to let it sit too long on the stone. Just a few minutes. Doesn't take a lot. And you want to make sure it's clean before you put this on, because anything that's on here will get sealed in if you don't clean it up before. So I went over this whole thing and made sure it was all clean before I apply the sealer. And then you just buff it off. Be under a few minutes. And you just buff it off with a dry rag. So, see that? Nice and clean. If you let it sit too long and it dries on the surface, you get like streaks on the tile. So you don't want to let it dry completely. If it does do that, then you just put some more on, and then that'll soften it up and you can polish it off again. So that's basically that. So I'm going to do the whole thing now. So, I'm grouting this with Silverado Tech AccuColor grout, unsanded. The grout line's a 1/16 of an inch, and I'm mixing it with Boost grout additive to make it stain resistant. So I'm gonna put the grout, and I'm gonna start grouting. I'm going to grab this whole thing, and then I'm going to wash it down. This whole back wall. By the time I get to the bottom, the top will be ready to be washed. You don't want to leave it on there too long though. Okay, time to wash it. And I just go over the corners with my fingers to get out any excess grout. Okay, so that's all grouted. Now, this is polished marble. As this hazes up like that, I don't know if you can see it. Once it dries up a little bit, you can just buff it off with a clean rag and it'll be all done. And also I'm going to need to do now is caulk all these corners. Yeah, see? I missed a spot right there. So, no matter how hard you try, you always gotta miss something somewhere. So, all these corners are gonna be grouted, caulked all around in there and around the window. And that's next. And I don't know if you can notice it here. See how it's the tile is darker along the edges? That's what you call picture framing. And this is just the moisture from the grout soaking into the tile. Now if you were to use a very dark grout on this tile here, what would happen? The dyes in the grout would soak into around the edges of the tile and then would permanently stain those edges, and you would get this effect, picture framing effect, permanently, and it would never go away. As this tile dries now and the moisture leaves the tile, this will all become all even again. So that's just one thing to be aware of. So that's wiped down with a rag, like that, and that isn't, still needs to be wiped down. So that's all caulked. And around the window. That's the bathroom. The floor, I'm going to make another video showing how to install that, but 12 by 24 porcelain plank tile on the floor, and 3 by 6 Carrera marble on a running bond or brick pattern on the walls, and a window framed in marble. And that's pretty much all done.